Okay, so I was thinking the other day about all the attacks that have been coming at Christianity throughout the entirety of its existence, and it got me thinking, why are they coming after Christianity so hard? I mean, I can think of a lot of other religions that have done way more harm than good. And I get it. The Christianity we practice today is not as perfect as it was laid for us in the Bible. And I was saying, okay, what separates Christianity from other religions? Christianity does not seek to just answer every fleeting, random curiosity of human beings. You can tell that that's how most religions in the world were formed. Why is there a moon in the sky? And somebody will say, oh, hey, look, the moon looks like cheese. Look at all those little holes. Okay, it must have come from a cow. And I'm telling you, this is not even a joke. Some religious scripts actually believe that the moon is formed from cow's milk. Or somebody would see lightning in the sky and be like, oh my god, this cannot just be natural. It must be some god. And they come up with one whole huge story of like a god of thunder, and then a religion is formed from that. The Bible avoids the pitfall of irrelevance by just avoiding trying to explain all those random things that other religions and cults try to explain, and just strictly goes after a centralized general message of redemption. Man fell, God created a solution, Christ died and brought us back to God. Simple. That's all he wants to tell, and every other thing outside that is just leading to that. And so it's not concerned with all the other nitty-gritties of things that later with more discovery and with increased knowledge will just fall apart by the wayside. Most religions were formed to give answers. And why are they trying to do this? As human beings, we crave knowledge. We want to understand it, to make sense of this seemingly futile existence. And if anyone is able to provide you with those answers to your curiosities, it sets them one stage above you. You become someone you want to follow. So yes, it's a good incentive to actually come up with random explanations for a lot of things. And yes, that's the exact same thing that science does. And you may not think science is a religion, but trust me, it requires a huge amount of faith to actually believe some of the things we've said. Science has even been proven wrong by other scientists in the future, and yet some people just feel like it's an alternative to the faith system of belief, but it's just another system of belief trying to provide answers to the things we naturally observe in the world. But now the Bible is written from the perspective of somebody who created the world. He explains the things that he needs to explain and doesn't explain other things because he's not trying to answer or set himself above you. And that's why I feel like the Bible has been able to just withstand the strain of time. It's continue to remain relevant because we don't look at it today and just say, this just stuff we're just seeing in here just makes it seem so outlandish. Everything that the Bible says, some you may have your arguments about it, but you cannot come out and definitively say that because of something written in the Bible. Instead, what the Bible does is that because it's a historical account of a lot of things, it ties things to real things that you can actually check with outside, with even other sources outside the Bible, with other historians outside the Bible, uses names of places that actually exist even till today. And so one of the reasons why it has remained relevant as a historical document is because it's a book that was written from the perspective of an author who was not really concerned about the curiosities of his readers. Now, another thing that people would like to say is that Christianity is just another religious cult. Well, let me give you a few reasons why Christianity is not a cult. There are a few key attributes of cults, and I'll show you. Let us compare it with what Christianity actually does. Number one, there's a secret group of elite people, the Gnostics, the ones who have all the knowledge. Just like in Freemasonry or in any other cult, there are tiers. You have the people who are closest to the leader of the cult, and then to them they are giving secret knowledge. But in the Bible, everything was written for all of us. There is no secret access. The Bible actually encourages each and every one of us to have a relationship with Jesus, to have a relationship with God, equal access to everything. The Bible does not admonish any secret teaching or anybody above anybody. There are roles for pastors, there are roles for preachers and priests, but it doesn't make them a tier above. The hierarchy of the Bible, of Christianity, is God, his son Jesus, then us, all on equal footing. And that's just how it is. Some of you in other religions who believe that Christianity was a cult formed by the apostle Paul, it just you see that there's a very key trait there. Paul does not exalt himself above the other leaders. He didn't seek to be above, but he called all of us soldiers in Christ, working for the same thing. He put himself under the tutelage of Christ. He had a leader himself who he was following. The people in the Bible put themselves on equal footing with the followers, their audience. Their flaws are listed. Bible lists the flaws of even other people that God said were his generals, his best of his best. Their flaws are stated. That's not something somebody who wants to deceive people, who wants to put people into a cult-like mentality will do. You would make these people seem extraordinary, seem out of it. But even the best of the best, the strongest men, the ones that were after God's heart, all of them, their flaws were listed in the Bible. And that's why the Bible puts all of us on equal footing, saying that we have all sinned and fall short of the glory, not except one or anybody. All of us had sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And so even our spearhead figure, Jesus Christ, in John 15:15, he looked at his disciples and says, no longer do I call you servants, because a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I now call you friends, because everything that was revealed to me by my Father, I have revealed to you. He kept no secrets from his followers, and in doing so too, he kept no secrets from us. And so this was not a man trying to push some agenda. No, he was an open book, and he wanted everybody to be on the same playing field. That's number one reason why you should know that Christianity is not a cult. Another very good reason that Christianity is not a cult is this: most cults are formed in that initial stage. When they are forming, they need to appeal to the vices of their followers so that they can get new followers. Why else would you join them? Why would you leave the comfort of your home to come and join them if they didn't offer some alternative means of living that just appeals to your vices? For some cults and religions, you hear them say, oh, you can take multiple wives, you can marry as many people you want. Or you see some of them just put, okay, maybe to appeal to men, it becomes so misogynistic and saying, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. To appeal to vegans, oh, they say we don't eat meat here. But the Bible is very contrast to that. The Bible is quite antagonistic against the vices of man. It speaks against your the things you would most likely want to do. It speaks against your human nature. This is why you know that it was not written by a man. Instead of stroking the human ego, it aggressively confronts it. If the Bible were fiction invented by men to control men, it would definitely appeal to their vices. Cults keep their followers by telling them exactly what they want to hear. The Bible actually teaches us to go against our flesh and our own desires. The Bible tells you should not sin, you should not give in to your urges, you should not hate your brother. When you are slapped on one side, turn the other cheek. These things are an antithesis to how we would normally behave. If you wanted to get more followers, you would not use a book like the Bible, or you would have to twist the words of the Bible truly, because some people have actually done that too as well. But if you look at the teachings of Jesus, you would see his disciples were instructed to carry a cross. You're entering into a system that is more difficult than actually living in the world. So why would anybody want to do that? And yet people pushed through that because they saw some truth in that. They saw that it was a way to live. It was a way to bring peace into your lives. In most religions and cults, you would see that over time, the messaging of the cult or the religion keeps on shifting to appeal to either the vices of the followers part time, or also to appeal to maybe the leader makes an error and then he now wants his followers to, oh, you were not allowed to do this before, but now I've done it. Okay, so now it's now possible. I've gotten a new revelation. But the Bible stays persistent in the things he actually said people should do. From the Old Testament even to the New, even Jesus even made it a little bit more harder. Like when God just said you should not kill, he goes along and says even just hating your brother in your heart is actually murder as well. And so it's a religion that you're supposed to put all your effort into, and there is really no vice. There is really no vice that can be entertained in this particular religion. Jesus in Luke 9 verse 23 actually warned his disciples about the impending persecution that would come if they choose to follow him. And so that's just what's really different. Nobody's promising you eternal orgies. Nobody's promising you live your best life for here now. No, Christianity is not about that. It's a religion of selflessness, which goes against natural human nature and against the teachings of most cults. And if you're really truthful to yourself, you could see that there is something clearly different about this group of people. They've been persecuted several times over the years, over centuries, and yet we still hold on to this truth, to this thing. People, a lot of us, maybe not all of us, but a very good number of people are still willing to die for this same message that was given to us thousands of years ago. And you should begin to ask yourself, if you're not fully on board yet, begin to ask yourself, why is that so? Also, for those of you who are just on the fence, who are outside and just looking at it and was like, oh, I'm a moral person, I'm good, I'm fine, begin to ask yourself, why does Hollywood, why does every system in the world, why is it actively going over this group of people? Why are they okay as a target? Why are they always looked upon and just saying, okay, we want to destroy this particular people, their central figure, we want to make him lower, lesser than what he is? Ask yourself, and then maybe you begin to be curious as to what side you're actually on and make a decision for yourself. So really, that's all I had to say for this video. Just stay blessed, relax, have a wonderful day, and let the soothing wave of the love of Christ just wash over you as you go into the week. Remain blessed.